I don't know about you guys, but I was obsessed with Emma Stone's makeup that she wore to the Oscars this year. I thought it was so classic on her and so classy and just gorgeous. So I was really excited to recreate it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know what your guys' favorite Oscars makeup was this year too. While I'm prepping my skin today with my Tin Pan mask, I'm going to start on my eyes. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer as a sort of primer. I'm first putting that on my eyelids, and then I'm also blending that out. I'm using a MAC 217 brush to blend it out. Any brush will do, preferably synthetic. It blends it out a little bit easier than the natural hair brushes. But I'm just blending this out here as a base for my eyeshadow. Today I'll be using the Sweet Peach palette. I'll be using some of the more neutral matte shades. Starting off with Peaches and Cream, I'm using this as my transition color or as a base shadow before I go on with my other darker colors. Then I'm taking Pure A and I'm starting to work that into my crease. So I'm taking small amounts every time. I'm not going to go on with a ton at first. Just taking light amounts and really building this color up. So I keep going back into the palette and taking more, but I'm really starting to slowly build this color up. I'm putting Summer Yum almost in the exact same spot I put Puree. I'm just using both of these colors to kind of deepen that crease. I noticed Emma Stone's eye makeup was really warm and matte, so I'm really using these two colors to help build that depth. And I'm putting the smallest amount of Charmed I'm Sure in the crease, again just to help deepen it. I noticed her look wasn't super dark, so I'm not using a ton, just enough to help give it that depth. I'm using my Dior shadow in the shade Meteor as a base for my shimmers, and then I'm going over top of that with the Stila Magnificent Metals glitter shadow and just to really create that sparkle. I know that Emma Stone's makeup was so sparkly and glittery, and I'm using this just to kind of recreate that glitzy glamour eyeshadow that she had. Emma didn't look like she was wearing a ton of eyeliner, but I'm using this dark brown eyeliner pencil just to help deepen up my eye, and I'm also going to go back over it with a liner brush just to help smooth it out. So it's time to take off the mask, and let me say I was just so impressed that I was able to leave it intact. Like, that was a challenge, let me tell you. I'm using my Becca, what is this? Shimmery Skin Perfector. It's like a primer, makes your face a little bit more dewy and highlighted. I'm also going in with the Professional. It was hard to get out, and I'm putting that where I have pores. I can't talk today, it's fine. And I'm just softly blending that out just to help smooth out those areas where I have a little bit more texture than usual. I'm trying to incorporate some more drugstore products because I know I use a ton of high-end products, and I'm kind of in between these two shades, so I'm just going to mix them, especially with this Becca Shimmering Perfection Amazingness. And I mixed it on a palette, and then putting just the excess on my face directly. Then once that's applied, I'm going in with my beauty blender and just blending that out. Then I'll be mixing together both my Tarte Shape Tape, which is a little bit too dark for me now because I'm a little pale, and I'm also mixing it with the Kat Von D. It's just the white concealer, and I'm just mixing that again like a little scientist and putting that on my face. Same thing as before, like with the foundation, I'm first applying it directly to my face and then going back in with my beauty blender to blend it out. I totally just lied. I'm blending it out first with a brush, and then I'm going to blend it in with my beauty blender. So I learned this technique actually from Patrick Ta. He is a celebrity makeup artist, and he likes to first apply the concealer and then blend it out with a brush to help make it more feathered so you don't have those harsh lines. So I tried it out, I really liked it, so yeah. I recently started collaborating with the Perfect Face Cosmetics, and I'm using their powders just to set my under eye. I'm only setting my areas that... that sounded so wrong. I'm only setting the areas of my face where I get oil buildup. Taking my Hoola bronzer from Benefit, I'm going to press that into my skin with my Sephora Pro 55 brush, and I'm going to lightly sweep it as well. So I'm going to do a very, very, very light bronze. If that, it's going to be more of a contour, but I'm not trying to go super heavy because Emma didn't, therefore I won't as well. I'm going to lightly contour my nose with the exact same bronzer. I'm using this fluffy brush. I'm using the smallest amount of pigment too. I'm not going crazy, just doing a little bit of definition. So this blush ended up being a little too pink for my taste. I know I was a little confused, a little frightened, but you know, I went on very light-handed to not make it super intense. If I could do this over, I might have chosen more of a corally shade, but hey, you know what? You do you. I'm using a bigger brush than normal to put on my highlight. I noticed Emma had a very beautiful all-over glow. I don't want an extreme, like, pigmented highlight in one spot. I want more of an all-over glow. That's why I'm using a bigger brush to apply my highlight. I'm going to be using my favorite brow palette for my brows. I'm mixing both of these shades. It's the dark brown and medium brown, or soft brown, I believe. Anyways, I'm using the darker color in the back half of my brow. I'm trying to keep it really light. I'm trying really hard because Emma's brows were full, but they weren't super defined. So I'm just very lightly tracing out my brows. I'm taking the same shadows we used earlier and placing them underneath my eye to create a cohesive look. I'm also applying some of my favorite mascara to my lashes. I'm not putting on false lashes for once. I know, big shocker. Just because Emma didn't use any false lashes in her look, so therefore I'm not going to use any in mine either. And that is the finished eye look. I didn't own the exact same shade of lipstick that she was wearing, so I used my Anastasia lip kit and combined these three colors to create a shade that I thought was pretty close to the one that Emma wore. Emma had these gorgeous old Hollywood style curls, so what I'm going to do is I already curled my hair and I'm just going to brush through my hair to kind of create that big curled look as well. It's going to be a little bit sloppier than her hair was, but hey, you got to work with what you got. And that's it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I had so much fun creating it. Don't know what else to say other than I had a lot of fun. I loved it. Hope you guys did too, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!